We're now going to be using Excel to find probabilities and critical values associated with the student t distribution. So we're going to be using a t distribution with 20 degrees of freedom in these examples. So there are many different student t distributions and they are distinguished by their degrees of freedom. So the first example we're going to look at is the probability that t is greater than 1. So when we look at our Excel functions that we can use here for the t distribution, if we insert through the FX icon in the statistical category, we go down to t, you can see that there are a number of t distribution functions to use. t.dist will return the left tail of the student t distribution. t.dist.2t will return the two-tailed student t distribution. And t.dist.rt will return the right tail of a student t distribution. So for the probability of t being greater than 1, we should use the t.dist.rt function. So we are asked firstly for the value of x, or t, that you can think of in this case. So we're looking for t greater than 1. The other argument of this function is degrees of freedom, and we have 20 degrees of freedom in this example. So, okay. And you can see the probability there of 0.16. The next example is the probability that t is less than -1. So the Excel function we will use to answer this question, because it's t less than -1, we will use the t.dist function, because this is for the left tail. So this function has 3 arguments, not only a value for x, which is -1, and degrees of freedom, which is still 20, but this function also asks for cumulative. Now here, cumulative will always be true when we use the t.dist function, so we type in true here for cumulative. And you can see the probability of 0.16. The next example is the probability that t is greater than 1 or t is less than -1. So in our t.dist functions, we can use the t.dist.2t function here, because this is for two-tail of the student t distribution. So we're asked for 2 things, x, and we must make sure here that we use the positive value for x. So here we're looking for t greater than 1 or t less than -1. So we type in the positive value and we give our 20 degrees of freedom. So what this has done is it's added up both the area of t above 1 and the area of t below -1. So we could have done this just by using our previous answers and adding them together, like so.